Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm going to do something different tonight. Instead of doing a reading, I've been wanting to do this and been saying I was going to do this. And since I'm like already dressed up and everything, I'm going to show off my art. It's going to be like an art show, but through my channel. So, I'm going to just show all the art that I've worked on so far in the last, I would say, couple years, mainly 2 years. I've gotten really into pouring paint, so hopefully the lighting is good enough to see the paintings. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep showing off. First of all, I feel like we need better light, so hold on one second. Unless this blue light will just add some more blue. Okay, hold on. Okay, all right, so this one right here, I think I named it Gardenia, and it's a little fairy house. Okay, so I like to do like little miniature fairy houses. This is probably my favorite one, and it has like little, just different fairies and moss, and you can kind of see that in there. So that's, absolutely love this one. Love it. It's one of my favorites. It actually, I think I put essential oils in here as well, like sprinkled them through. I don't know if you could see. See the little frog, and he's reading the little toadstool mushrooms. Okay, so that's, these are actually, like, a lot of this stuff this is real flowers that I pressed and everything. So there's that. Very cool. Okay, so this is my little art show. And then we have this right here. Let's see. Yeah, this is the chakra cleanser that I made. Okay, so it's tiny little canvases, but it's all the chakras. Well, the main chakras at least anyways. Okay, so there's that. And let me show you the ginormous one. Hold on. Okay. I think this is the biggest one I've done so far. Ta-da! So, a lot of my paintings, they're very abstract. This one, I don't know what angle it is, but my daughter sees like a tiger eye or a tiger in here. Honestly, to me, it's either like a giant eye or like a spaceship or something, but this is probably the biggest canvas that I do have. So there's the biggest one. Okay, and then this one is one of my favorites, very different. Oh, it's called Rainbow Cloud. So this is like my Ascension painting. Especially when I started going through my Ascension and Spiritual Awakening, and talking about the event and the rainbow clouds and specific mist that you may see outside, the change in the atmosphere, the rainbow cloud. I had a couple times where I saw rainbow clouds, and it was just very significant to me. This represents ascension, and it's all this it's like all the spirits, all of the souls reaching for this ascension. It is also the eye, the great eye. The eye, I've also seen in visions, like actual, with my own eyes, okay? Visions of the all-seeing eye, source, divine. And this little thing over here is some type of ship or something. I don't know. This is what I channeled in this painting, and you go in the eye, and it's like, but it's also representative of a ship as well, okay? So this is Rainbow Clouds. It's one of my favorites. That one right there. What else do we have here? Okay. Oh, well, let's go to my latest, one of my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite pouring painting that I've done recently. A lot of these really look like, I feel like they look like if you're looking at the earth from really high above. See, it just looks, I don't know. And then actually this is a black canvas. Shout out to my girl, Tara. She gave me these. Okay, so I kept a little bit of the black in there, but it is one of my favorites. Okay, so let's put that back up there. I think my daughter made this one. Okay, sunset. I'm trying to go quickly so it's not a super long video, but here's also, I love painting landscape, the beach, the ocean, very much connected to the ocean, the Maria energies for sure. All right, so what else do we have? Okay, so this is a different one. This is multimedia. Okay, so as you can see, this is a real leaf, some real leaves that I would say about a year ago I started getting into leaf pressing and pressing flowers, leaves. I'm really inspired by nature and by Gaia. Just finding the right leaf or finding that a leaf just gets me really excited. And you know, collecting twigs and collecting little things that I can create something out of. This is from my friend Tara. She has some old, what do they call it, comic books. This was from one of them, and I really love it. And it says, "You can never stop me from being myself." And then it also has some dried rose petals right here. And then this is also like, this is from a magazine. I don't know like where I got them, but it's mixed media because I used paint. I used real like nature items. I used stuff from magazines. And so I really like exploring multimedia. Okay, so I don't know if I'm quite finished with this one. I think I am. I just want to, I need to glaze it and seal it and stuff like that. So, but I really love it. It's very much divine feminine, coming into her power, into her energy. So what else we have? Then this is my twin flame painting. It's so cute. It's very just simple. It's very just, I don't know how to say. It's very loving in a simplistic way. This is supposed to represent the violet flame with the central sun, the third energy with the feminine and the masculine. This is supposed to be a flame. I don't know if I'm in that. It is what it is. But this is supposed to be like the violet flame, that they're engulfed in the violet flame. They are protected. They share this love, this connection. And here is the sun. Okay, so this is my little sweet twin flame divine counterpart painting. I love this one. Okay, I see I do have a lot. And so let's see, here's some more. So I love doing abstracts. So depending on how you view it, you can see different things. Okay, so codes like codes. That's, oh wow, this is one of my favorites. I like this one because it's a longer painting. The canvas, it's a nice, you can do it any way. I think this one also needs to be sealed, but this one has glitter in the middle. Glitter and acrylic. So I paint acrylics. I did take oil painting in college, and I like it. It's okay, but it's just a lot of preparatory work. Also the odor of when you use oils, you have to use turpentine, and so for me, I just want to be able to get my paints out and paint, especially with pouring paint, with fluid art. You have to be like, it's messy, so you gotta have the right tools. You have to be ready, and I'm really not in the mood to mix too much. I love acrylic because it's non-toxic and it dries pretty quickly, though that's a thing. It dries really fast, and yeah, so I do love acrylic. I have done oil painting, but yeah, this is that. Love that one too. Okay, so I did show you that. Okay, so this is what I also love to do. I love just random twigs. See, these are like shaped differently. See how they're all like uniquely shaped. And then these I pressed, these leaves. And so that's just a little decoration and stuff, such. So, and here's another recent. This is another one of my favorites. This is the one I recently did. Yeah. So it's funny because you can, to see the real texture and color of a painting, you really have to see it up close. Because even now the colors do not, this is more of like a rose gold color right here. You can kind of see it. So that's that. And a quick trick I've learned a lot from watching YouTube videos is you put push pins and then you can set it down as you pour the paint. Okay. So there's that. What else? I have so many actually that that's why I figured I might as well just use my platform, use YouTube, and have a art party. So I love this one as well. This is kind of fall colors. Actually, it looks kind of Christmassy, Christmassy holiday with the red and the green in there, and it's so I'm still learning about like the cracking and see the crackling, the crazing, but with the paintings that I do, I actually feel like it goes with the painting. So right, it's happy little, what does Bob Ross say? Happy little, I don't know, I forgot. Anyways, and I also have this great idea, is to use painting as a divination tool. Okay, because I had done one and I was seeing images and getting intuitive messages as I was doing the painting. So I'm going to try and figure out how to do that, but that is another idea I was thinking. It's just a matter of just doing it, I guess, and see how it goes. But love this one. This is really pretty. So there's that one. What else? Okay, this is my, so this is like a wooden plaque, okay? Yeah, you can tell I haven't done anything to that. So this was my first experience with resin, with the resin epoxy. And I don't know if I'm going to get much into that. I ruined about most of it because I let it sit for too long and it just created a clump. So underneath it has a lot of resin. So what I did, I didn't like it, so this was a redo. So it's just really cool to see the colors, how they come out. So cool. So I saved this one. I feel like it looks a lot better, definitely before, because one thing I've learned with pouring paint is if you're not careful, if you mix it too much, you can create that. It'll just turn into a muddy color. Like there won't be any color, so you have to mix it right. More. Okay. This one is very important to me. I feel like this was right when I really started getting into my spiritual awakening, my ascension, and as an artist, okay? So as an artist before, I would always feel like I had to fill up all the space in my paintings. You know, fill up all the space. So this, once I finished this part, I was guided, I feel like, by my artistic angels to just relax, leave it alone. And so I left it alone for a while, and I'm like, you know, I don't need to add anything. I'm like, oh, add this and add that. Sometimes less is more, right? So it was a good lesson also about like trusting your intuition, but trusting what feels right as an artist, and also try something new, because I intuitively instinctively want to like fill up the canvas with stuff. So, and this one, I really see how the lotus is blooming and it's flowering because of, see, these are representative of tears. So this is emotional healing. And you have like the Buddha sitting on top of the eye with his See, eyes are very symbolic for me, the all-seeing eye. I am, now that I'm showing my art, I'm realizing that there are a lot of eyes in my drawings and paintings. Um, Little clouds in there. So this is all about that emotional, excuse me, emotional release as part of your spiritual healing, growing, and how, look at how it has let and allowed this blossoming to happen, to grow, right? So it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful message about whatever sadness, whatever emotions like that is coming out here, this deep healing, it's actually benefiting. It's benefiting. It's, yeah, it's just like all of the energy of emotions and, you know, sadness and grief or whatever it may be, but it's nourishing this part of the self or the soul to like flourish and grow. So this one's very symbolic for me. It's very symbolic. Is at peace, this Buddha, the self, at peace with oneself, going through this healing, like it's allowing it to flow, okay? Allowing it to flow. So that one's significant for me. Okay, what else? So many. Okay. This one's one of my favorites. I love Egyptian art. Definitely I love Egyptian art. This is really cool because it's a mixed media. So as you can see, this is actual sand, and I glued it on there. Don't ask me how. I don't remember how I glued this on, with hot glue or regular glue. But most of these pictures, like especially these ones, are from National Geographic. So, you know, I'm not trying to steal their pictures, but I'm just saying they're from National Geographic. When I use mixed media, or I make my cards, I use magazines, and National Geographic has some great pictures, and so I use that. So I have different ones, and then I use paint. So yeah, so this is a mixed media that I really love, and it's Bastet, and I have her right here. Goddess Bastet, I love her. Protector of the home. Okay, so yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love it. I love the texture. I really love to explore different things with paint besides just paint, and how you can use other things with your painting. Okay, this is also a new one that I just did that I love. You can tell it's all shiny, so it has a sealer on. I just love it. I love the green, that lime green. So, and there's some of the circles, the cells in there. It's just really, this one's really pretty. Love this one. So I love buying like the neon colors, the neon paint, playing around with that, let it pop. I'm a big fan of blue. Blue is like my favorite color, all types of blues. Okay, here's another one. Oh my gosh, so many. So here is, oh, I'm just looking at all the details. Just another pour, and every time I do one, I learn something new. Like last night, I did one. It did not come out good. To me, it was just kind of like, I'll probably just redo it. I did a couple of them last night, and what else? I do have more. I also have more paintings. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on my wall that I won't get. They're just, I realized that I actually have a lot more than I thought I did. Here's another just simple painting, but it's like the sun. I'm very inspired by the sun. More so than I would say like the lunar energy, the moon. I love the sun. I love the sunset. The sunset with the ocean. Love that. So I love how the color orange and red, orange and yellow makes you feel joyous. It boosts up, it can boost up the energy in a room. So that's what I love about color, using color, lots of colors in my paintings. This one I did with my daughter. These are actual hand our hands, and it's like in space. Let me see how it is. So it could be either way. I think I have it like coming from this part. So it's space. It's the universe. Super cool. I love this one. I think this one glows in the dark. I do have glow in the dark paintings. Yeah, I have glow in the dark paint that I used. So some of these will glow in the dark. It has glitter. It also has pebbles and rocks glued on there. So it's like, it's creation. It's creation in the universe. So I love that one. I love them all. What can I say? Here's another one. Very abstract. So most of my paintings, I've gone, especially since I studied more art in college, and I learned about art history and abstract art and all the artists. Well, for example, like Pollock, you know, who threw the paint. Yeah, just lots of abstract artists, you know. Why I'm not thinking of their names right now. I can't think of their names, but I really got inspired by modern art and having it be like automatic writing, automatic, like it's channeling now for me. I just channel it through, and it's nice to not have to worry about like, oh, I have to make this portrait of somebody, or it's very freeing and just I love it. I love doing abstracts. So what else? Oh, and there's this one. This one definitely glows in the dark. So another kind of galactic painting. So that one's cool. I like this one's very vibrant. You know what I mean? So what I like about my paintings too is like somebody could see something in it, like, oh, I see that. Or somebody could see it and see something totally different. So that's what I love about abstract art. It gives the viewer just more, I don't know, it gives you more room for interpretation, I guess, in what you see. Let's see, what else? This is one of my favorites. I think I gave this one to my sister as a present. It's in my room, but this is one of my favorites because this took a long time. This one took a long time because I had like this is all white. This isn't painted. This is the actual canvas. It's white canvas, but the detail on this, I had to be like so super slow. So if something like this, you know, takes more time. This takes more like precision versus. I'm sorry, guys. I had pizza, so like kind of burping. So okay, so this is one of my favorites. So it's very the composition. I love it. I love the composition. I love the colors. The colors are great. See, this looks dark when I'm looking at it in the computer. This is actually lighter purple, but that's one of my favorites. Love that one. Okay, another one. So this was a fun one because I did different pours. I did the tree ring pour. I did like a couple different ones, just like a dirty cup pour, a flip cup, the tree ring, and like a swipe. All you gotta do is look on YouTube how to do this, and there's so many videos. So you could see. So I really enjoy doing the tree ring pour. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Told you. Man, it's like I realized I do have a lot of paintings. Did I show off this one? I think I did. Did I show off this one? I'm pretty sure. But see, you'll notice like I love bright colors. I think if you would look at all my paintings all together, you would definitely see just color, lots of color. And also I see this part right here is like a dolphin. See how you can kind of a dolphin. So sometimes I will just start going for it, and then I'll be like, oh, I see something. I see it looks like that. I can make that into a dolphin. And so I kind of like add something. I do tend to do lots of spirals, lots of circular energy, circular, basically not really into like straight lines, and I like circular, flowing, very organic, feminine type of stuff. Okay. Designs, I guess you could say. What else do we got? Let's see. This was fun. I'm glad I did this. Okay, here's another one I like. This one's really glossy. So that's a different one that has more brown. I wouldn't say it's my favorite because I'm not really like into brown too much, but it's still cool. It's still cool to look at. And every time I do a pouring, like I learn so much. This is my favorite one. One of my favorites. I love this one. It's so pretty. Look at that blue, that white, the black, the silver. And the thing is with pouring paint is like you really learn about like, because if you're starting to tilt it and for example, I really liked how this was before. It looks good now, but this part was bigger and I really liked that. But if you tilt it one way, then you'll lose. So you have to, it's like you have to feel like you have to be observant of what you want. If you see something that's sliding off and you don't want it to slide off, then you got to tilt it back. And it's kind of like, it's like what I would imagine surfing. I've never been surfing, but I can imagine it's kind of like when you're doing the tilt and pour, and you kind of, that's what I love about it is you kind of, you very much are using your intuition. You're feeling the flow of the paint. I mean, this kind of stuff, I wouldn't be able to paint these kind of lines like that. So that's a great part about pouring paint and the fluid art. It's so much fun. So I highly advise if you're an artist or maybe you're curious in, you know, trying it out, try it out. It's so much fun. Okay, so that's like the bulk of my paintings. You know, I have another one up there. It's just pretty much like orange. What else? This one. Okay. Now, I did not drink this alcohol, by the way. So, I don't know. I got it from somebody. I wanted the bottle. So this was fun to do because it's basically melted crayons. As a kid, I remember doing this. And I loved it. So I melted crayons, and then I glued moss. I glued moss. So it was like this mossy, colorful thing here. So that's lots of fun. Anything else? I think, like, I'm trying to look around my room. Okay, so for example, see, this is a black canvas that I did, and I did this pour. But like I said, I'm probably going to redo it because, anyways, I'm not too like thrilled about the pour. That part looks pretty cool. But I'll probably repaint it. I love this color though with the black. It looks really pretty. It's like a greenish, tealish. One of my favorite colors. Oh, I love it. So this part's kind of cool. But you see how it has this negative space right here and how it almost can look like images? I was thinking I could do intuitive painting but using it as a tool to get messages. So that's my idea. So I'll figure out how to do that. Figure that out. What else? Okay, I think I have one more thing. I have more paintings, but I picked out like the best ones for me. There's like a couple over there, but did this one, a little box, has a little heart, and so I poured paint all over the bottom, everywhere. This I did last night. I think it's pretty dry, so this one's really pretty. So this is supposed to go like this, I think. But I don't know if the paint is dry. But you see, it's like a drawer, or you can use it separately. So these are stuff that I get at the craft store, and I make into, you know, stuff. Just gonna do a quick look around before I end the video. Oh, I'll show up this one. It's not finished. I never finished it, but I'll show it off. This is meant to be, really got inspired by some meditation, visualization, healing videos about the sacred womb of the feminine and healing the sacral chakra and the womb energy. So I got inspired to do like a painting of the womb space. So this represents, you know, the womb space, my womb space, right? Like, but in spirit. And let's see, I have a little bit of glitter. And so basically it's just how it feels for me, or how, you know, I want it to appear. There's lots of vines, flowers, greenery. It's filled with beauty, love, nourishment. So I haven't finished it. As you can tell, it's not completely finished. But I do want to finish that one. And then also with my art, I do work on making my own cards, and I do that, but these are all like my paintings and stuff. So on that note, I think we'll go ahead. Did I show off this little one? Yeah, this one's really pretty. So yeah, you guys, okay. Thank you so very much. Oh, there's one more.
Mine.
You like this one?
That's mine.
Oh, you did that one?
Yeah.
It is. I kind of like leaving this. See how it comes out on the sides?
You can do that,
Yeah.
that, or they, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so that's cool. I like it. A little swirly. So that is all most of my art. I would say about 95%. I do have some. Actually, can you pick up that?
Which one?
That house thing?
What house?
The fairy thing? Yeah. I also have a fairy house. It's not finished. This is not finished whatsoever, but dang it. Most of the stuff is not glued. Is that glued? So here it is. This is a lot of stuff you can buy at Michael's and whatnot. I think that little gnome is glued on there with that. So I haven't finished. I need some heavy duty glue for that. But like that, glue the little birdies on there. Make it into a house. There's so much.
Mr. Caterpillar.
What is this? Oh yeah. This is this is my daughter's painting, I mean, and then
Well, that was
it was supposed to
a
be a
year
rainbow.
ago.
Here.
It was supposed to be a rainbow lake, but then it turned
into a caterpillar.
A very weird one. Very, very chunky.
I added the little legs and I think it's really cute.
And it's chunky.
Okay, here. Okay, so thank you so much. So, but I would say this is probably one of my favorites so far is this one. This one's pretty freaking cool. I love this one, and the one behind me right there. So, sorry.
How dare you?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, thank you for attending my art show, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.